What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Humble Warrior back at you guys with another video. So, watching the Super Bowl the other night, it's, Sunday night rather, it's rather obvious how important it is to have an offensive line, right? If you watch Will Campbell Sunday night, and he's a rookie now, but you watched him get his ass handed to him repeatedly. I don't know how many times he got blown into his own quarterback, how many times he got knocked on his ass, how many times he got pushed out the way. I mean, it was really, really bad for him. He had a terrible for But it goes to show you that, you know, you're going to shield a weak link but so long. For instance, for the Dolphins, Jonah is our weak link, and I don't know how many times we've shielded him, especially him being a rookie. Like they've shown they've shown countless plays where he's got blown off the ball, he's got pushed on his back. One time I want to say it was against I think it was either Tampa Bay or Baltimore. He pretty much got pancaked on his ass, and they went right on the Tua, even though Tua completed the pass, but they was right into his lap as he was throwing the ball, because his left guard couldn't hold his own underwear in his hand, much less keep a 300-pound defender from hitting Tua. So I said all that to say that, you know, the Miami Dolphins, led by Jeff Hafley now and John Eric Sullivan, they have a lot to be observant about. Of course, people want to continue to talk about the quarterback, and it's like, okay, you could put any quarterback you want behind that line, but let's be real here. How many games you think you're gonna win behind a terrible offensive line? Unless you playing a easy schedule. That's the only way you're gonna pile up wins. But when the rubber has to meet the road, are you really gonna beat teams like that in the playoffs? Look at Houston, a defensive powerhouse. Look at Denver, a defensive powerhouse. You really think those type of teams gonna lose to you when your inferior line can't hold them off? No, they're not gonna lose to you. They're gonna blow your ass out. The difference between the Patriots and the Dolphins is that the Patriots had enough offensively to keep teams off balance, meaning they can run the ball with Stevenson, and Drake May could extend plays with his legs because his line was so damn terrible. So you had no choice but to use his legs, because hell, 9 times out of 10 when he dropped back to throw it, Will Campbell had already escorted somebody to meet him in the backfield. So Drake May had no choice but to run around, which, if he doesn't be careful, he can have a shortened career. But the Dolphins got to make some serious decisions, because just looking at the Super Bowl, it's quite obvious how much you need a line that's going to be able to fend off defenders and to give your quarterback the time that they need to make throws. Because people keep talking about how bad Tua is, and you know how much, based on how bad Tua is and how much better we could be moved on from him. But let's be real here. Quinn Ewers is not a much better athletic quarterback. He has a stronger arm slightly, but that's about it. And Quinn Ewers even suffered behind that bad offensive line that we have. He even had plays where he was gun-shy in the pocket. So to say, oh, we just need a quarterback and, you know, the rest will take care of itself, you're lying to yourself. You need more than a quarterback. You really do. You need to make the correct decision along the offensive line to fix the glaring holes that we have. You got to fix that. The right guard, the right tackle, the left guard. The only solidified position we have on the line is left tackle. Patrick Paul is a monster. But everybody else, bro, like, guys are getting their ass handed to them. Now, will Jonah bounce back? Possibly. He could have a better, you know, sophomore campaign. I'm hoping that he will. I mean, it'd be better to see. But we have to be realistic. If he doesn't improve with his body frame, his muscular structure, the way he trains and stuff like that throughout the offseason, he gonna get his ass whooped again next year by a much faster, stronger, younger defensive front that's gonna be drafted into the league. They're gonna be drafted to stop your offense. So you need to dig deep and man up and go out there in training and take it serious to get better, to get stronger, to get much harder to move against your will. So that way, come Sundays, you won't be the biggest fucking eyesore on the field. It won't be a situation where they're highlighting you getting your ass whooped over and over and over and over again, similar to what Will Campbell has to deal with now because of, you know, the competition being superior to him. So you don't want that to be a repeat. So my advice to you is get your ass in the gym, get out here on this field, run these training sessions the way they're supposed to be ran, take it serious, and come out and prove that you were not a quote-unquote flop or bust your rookie campaign. Because, yeah, Will Campbell made it to the Super Bowl, but we all know he was the weakest link on the New England Patriots offensive line. And, yeah, we get it, he was a rookie, but, hey, he was also the 4th overall pick. So they had high expectations to pick him that high to where they expected him to produce immediately. He didn't do that. So Jonah was a 2nd-round pick, but we still had very high expectations of him, and he didn't perform at all either. So y'all both got something to do the sophomore campaign. You both got to avoid the sophomore slump and come out there and dominate your sophomore campaign. So that way they're not looking to replace you in 3 years. Because that's what's going to happen. But all in all, I kind of hope that that's a foretell of why the offensive line play is so important. Because clearly, getting your ass whooped the way they got whooped, it wasn't hard to watch. But now I see why, you know, certain players or whatever, why they struggle, or why they have a hard time but why they have a hard time transitioning from college to pro, because it's a different animal when you get to NFL. This ain't no damn semi-pro or you know, nothing like that. It's literally the NFL. It's grown ass men waiting on you, and they don't care about, you know, how you feel about nothing. They're here to take your damn head off along with your quarterback. And 9 times out of 10, if you're not on your P's and Q's, again, with what happened to Will Campbell Sunday night, look how many times Drake May got sacked that night, and majority of that came from his side. Actually, all of it came from the left side, because the right side was holding it down. The left side, it's almost like the Seattle Seahawks said, fuck it. Everybody go to the left. Everybody come through Will Campbell's door, because he's not going to shut the door on you. Everybody come to the left. And that's exactly what they did. And so with that, you know, Will Campbell got exposed on a much higher, bigger scale on the Super Bowl stage, and not the stage you want to play your worst game at. Because now next season, he's going to have tremendous pressure on him just to prove that he can be a much better player than what he showed his rookie campaign. Because right now, I'm pretty sure the coach is going to be in his ass all training camp, all of it. Because you're part of the reason why we got embarrassed on national TV. I hope there wasn't a red light. But you're part of the reason. Let me get some pancakes. So he really has to bounce back. But I made this video to highlight what the Dolphins have to start looking at. I get they want to talk about the quarterback thing, but hell, they got to look at it like this shit. There's only so much that Tua can do with the way he plays quarterback. But if you fix that line and you give him more than 2 seconds, he can carve up a defense, because most defenses run zone now. If your line is giving you 2.5 to 3 seconds to throw the ball, he can go 1, 2, 3, back to 1, and probably let go of the ball. He can go 1, 2, 3, back to 2. He can do stuff like that. He's not immobile. He's not what he's a statue, no. But you can see that his body has taken a beating. But let me know what you guys think.
Welcome to McDonald's. Will you be? Hello,